Hey Gemini, thank you so much for joining me today. If this reading resonates with you, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a like, comment on the video, and subscribe to my channel. As always, not every message in this reading is going to resonate with everybody, so take what you can and leave the rest. Up first, you've got the Black Panther, which represents being independent, clever, and fascinating. You are being guided to observe your surroundings and keep your own counsel, find clarity, and then express your inner and outer beauty to the world. Pounce on the opportunities that feed your soul with purpose and passion. Awaken now to your personal powers, talents, and freedom. Spirit is wanting you to work on your heart chakra. Blocks in our heart chakra can manifest through our physical health, through heart problems, asthma, and weight issues. But blocks are often seen even more clearly through people's actions. People with heart chakra blocks often put others first to their own detriment. It's the middle of the 7 chakras, so it bridges the gap between our upper and lower chakras, and it also represents our ability to love and connect to others. When out of alignment, it can make us feel lonely, insecure, and isolated. Getting into the tarot, you've got up first the 8 of Pentacles, which represents happy employment, apprenticeship, mastery, crafts and talents, skill, accomplishment, ambition, and skill development. So with the 8 of Pentacles, Spirit is wanting you to keep working on what you're doing, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been working hard on, whatever you've been putting a lot of time into. If it's a new skill or craft that you've learned, maybe you are a maker, maybe you like to make things to sell them. Maybe you're just trying to gain a social media following. Maybe you're a graphics designer, whatever it is that you do. Or you could just be happy at your job. You could be putting in a little bit extra work at the job. Maybe you're trying to get a promotion. Whatever it is that you've been working hard on, that you've been focusing your efforts on, Spirit just really wants you to keep on working on it. They want you to know that your efforts are being noticed. Okay, Spirit is seeing what you're doing, and they're happy with this. They're happy what you've been working on, what you've been putting your time into. You might have been divinely guided to start working on this, especially if you're maybe a tarot reader or even just a light worker. Maybe you've just been working on your social media presence and spreading light and love. Okay, whatever it is that you've been working on, whatever you've been putting your time into, Spirit wants you to keep working on it. Stay patient and be persistent. Okay, because your hard work, your efforts are going to pay off in the end. You're only 2 steps away from the 10 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance and happiness in the material world, in the financial world. Okay, so just keep on going, keep working on whatever you've been working on. Next up, you've got the Hierophant, which represents religious beliefs, conventionality, spiritual wisdom, knowledge sharing, education, and conformity. With the Hierophant, Spirit is wanting you to be aware of the influence that society has, or even people around you, maybe somebody you look up to. Okay, it could be a religious figure, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be a father figure, maybe someone who's like a higher up at work. Okay, be aware of the influence that they might have on you, and Spirit really just wants you to decide whether you really want to do things based on what people are teaching you or telling you how to do it, or if you want to go your own way, handle things your own, the way you see fit. You know, if you're trying to get a management position at work with the 8 of Pentacles, don't do things just because somebody says you have to do it this way. I mean, if it's the rules, it's the rules. Follow the rules. But you don't have to do everything that somebody else says. Okay? But also, the Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant together. The Eight of Pentacles is focusing on hard work and keeping up the hard work, keeping up, not to lose momentum. Okay? And the Hierophant emphasizes on tradition. They are confirmation from spirit that you might be recognized. Your hard work is paying off. You're going to be recognized. You might win an award. You might win an award. You might start seeing synchronicities and signs from spirit that you are on your right path, that what you've been working on is coming into fruition. You're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor. Whatever this is that you've been working on, which you've been saving your money, you've been working on your skills, you've been working hard, and spirit is recognizing this. Everybody's seeing this. Everybody's seeing all this hard work that you've been putting in. And they want you to keep going. They want you to keep going on your own path. Okay? Because it's the right path. You don't have to follow everybody else's path. Okay? Next up, you've got the Fool, which represents the desire to start, free spirit, fresh beginnings, adventure, simplicity, spontaneity, innocence, and idealism. So, with the Fool, Spirit is wanting you to embrace some new opportunities. Be open to change. Okay? It's a good time to take some risks. It's a good time to feel some things out. Okay? Like we said with the Hierophant, you don't have to follow everything the way everybody else does. You don't have to conform. Okay? You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay? There's lots of new beginnings coming. Lots of new opportunities opening because you're following your own path. Next up, we've got the Queen of Swords, which represents clear boundaries. And she is insightful, independent, she rules with unbiased judgment. She represents open communication. She is supportive and honest. So with the Queen of Swords, Spirit is wanting you to make sure that you're gaining clarity before you're making decisions, and make sure that you are making informed decisions, okay? Make sure when you are thinking about taking the risk, okay, really weigh out the options. Weigh out which one is going to be best for you, the pros and the cons, okay? So with whatever new opportunity that you decide to take, or whatever risk that you decide to jump into, okay, make sure that you are looking at every angle in a logical way. Make sure that you're communicating with the people around you clearly, okay? Don't talk in subtleties. Don't beat around the bush, okay? Say what you mean and mean what you say with the Queen of Swords. Especially when you're expressing yourself or your own thoughts, or if you're setting boundaries for somebody or against somebody, or maybe just setting boundaries for yourself, okay? But overall, just make sure that every risk that you're thinking about taking, all these new opportunities, you're really thinking about it, okay? With these new beginnings also. The Fool's new beginnings align with the Queen of Swords because basically, like we said, you might be thinking about going on a new path. You might be thinking about going on a new journey, okay? And you need to make sure that you're thinking clearly and listening to your intuition and listening to spirit, Okay. Last up, you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, which represents insecurity, codependency. She is needy. She represents weakness, shallow, and unnecessary drama. So with the Queen of Cups in reverse here, Spirit is really just wanting you to pay attention to your own emotional well-being. Make sure that you are not only listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, but also just make sure that, of course, you're not making decisions based on your feelings, but also don't invalidate your feelings. Don't invalidate your emotions, okay? Really make sure that you're connecting with your feelings, connecting with your emotions, and show compassion to yourself. Show compassion to others as well. Okay, so we have a tendency with the Queen of Swords energy to really overthink. So Spirit is reminding you here, don't overthink this risk, okay? Think about it, but don't overthink. Don't start, once you've weighed the pros and the cons, okay, don't start going into the fears, the what ifs, well, if I try this, then this might happen. If you don't know for sure it's going to happen, then don't worry about it. Or if you're just trying to scare yourself or talk yourself out of it, don't do that. Okay? But also don't invalidate your feelings, and make sure, again, that you are communicating clearly, especially if this is a new relationship with the new beginnings or the taking a risk. If this is a new relationship, don't put your feelings aside for the sake of trying not to break up a relationship or trying not to cause a fight. If something is bothering you, then you need to tell somebody, tell your partner exactly what is bothering you and why it's bothering you. Okay? And also, if you are starting a new relationship, make sure you're telling the truth about your past, about your current situation. Okay? You wouldn't want somebody to come into the relationship with lies. You don't go into it with lies. The Queen of Cups reversed and the Fool together to suggest there might be some emotional challenges associated with the risks that you might be taking with the Fool. So be careful. Make sure that you are navigating that carefully while you're exploring these new opportunities. Okay? Don't just rush into something. Even if this isn't a new relationship or it doesn't have anything to do with relationship, even if it's a business opportunity, don't just rush in because you're super excited because it's the first deal you've gotten, okay? Or if it's the first offer you've gotten. Don't just rush into it. Really think about it. Really think about things before you take the leap, okay? But overall, these cards are really looking good. Looks like you have gone through a period of growth between yourself and whatever you've been working on. Okay. And that is leading to recognition. You're going to be recognized for this hard work that you've been putting in here. But Spirit is also wanting you to be mindful of your feelings and your emotions. Make sure that you're staying balanced as always. And make sure you're not letting too many external factors influence your decisions and influence your path, okay? While you go and embrace these new changes and these new opportunities that you've got coming for you, okay? Spirit is always bringing us gifts. We are not the closest, but one of the closest signs to Spirit, okay? You could say the Gemini are the chosen ones, but we don't want to be biased or anything, you know. Okay. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right, and do what's best for you. Bye-bye, Gemini.